It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon from the nation's capital. That's outside the nation's capital. We're in Pennsville. This is the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio and all frequencies across Liberia. 99.9 and 89.9. Radio Sanquin in Santa Cruz, Nima County relays this program. In Plebo, it's also relayed in 9 other radio stations. On the Liberia Broadcasting System relay this program as well. My name is Jala Grayfield. Sorry for the horrible voice this afternoon. I'm still under the weather. And I'm drinking some pepper soup to clear the voice. It promises to be very fiery this afternoon when a female politician takes the floor. As she discusses issues of relevance in our country. Victoria Kokwe is here. For the Alternative National Congress of Alexander Cummins. She wants to be a senator in Montserrat County. Can she beat Sir Joseph in the senatorial election? Has she been given the approbation by women of the country to represent them in the national legislature? Is she another Geraldine Doe Sherry being emerged at this point? Another Iron Lady from the CDC who passed away a few years ago. Victoria Tolu Kokwe says she is the one who can face Sir Joseph in the senatorial election and she can beat him hands down. Is the ANC prepared to fund a campaign? How prepared is she? Is she getting the approbation from the women in Liberia? Victoria Tolu Kokwe is my guest in the first segment. She comes from the ANC. The second part of the program, which is at 5 o'clock, will see men of the CDC. They are saying they want to petition President George Weah on November 12th for the re-election in 2023. So I'm expecting Alfonso Socrates Nimle and Dr. Lester Tenney at 5 o'clock to talk politics. What has President George Weah done to deserve a second term? They have all the answers. They have all the tangibles according to them. As they come, we'll go through the process and discuss the issues. On the other side of the day, President George Bernard Weah launches medical oxygen plant at Starbase in Liberia. Today the president was at Starbase. They launched a medical oxygen plant in Liberia. I listened to the Minister of Health. She said other counties in Liberia, 11 counties will benefit from this project. Wow, we're getting reports that police has charged George Kalando Jr., son of prominent Liberian businessman George Kalando, with illegal possession of firearms. He fired somebody's child too. But the man who got a gun, they also charged him as well. All of these are on our play this afternoon as we go over to our Grebo announcer. Usually we call on God in prayer. We call the language announcers to pray for us in the vernacular. Just in 1 minute, they will pray for the country, pray for the president, pray for the vice president, pray for every Liberian, for God's protection upon our land. This day is Sylvester Gilo, the man who comes from Maryland County. How do you say hello in Grebo?
Awia.
Oh, Awia.
Majias. Okay.
Jamaican, please pull on.
Nyesoa abiene kulikana ne. Mo konkore ke jiro tuwa jonokona kono one kana choro na chirebo ja kulikana. Tatu mo agbo boy po ategoro dere. Abiene ne yo alabi abropa teta abiene ne yo abropa na anya president George Mane Weah ene ogomna anye wapo abiene ne yo abropa no turie de atefa no teta mo abiene ne yo gantere yirina edinu apre eni ele labi abropa goro ele gurikana goro tetu mi motepo ma yo abropa enya mu no mo aturiri kwa New Nana Station can unya nenyo aturiru kwa ati ojala great view enyo yirunu tiro jere na era bombo shona je agerebo jale probolo yo apropa emo yere tetamo ajiri emo ediana ma ere probolo mo emo eni denu emo tenu ere titu igro abiene ne ature la bi apropa kwa ere titu ina goro for Christ.
Amen. The Master Professor Gino with the prayer in the Grebo vernacular. Let's take this one.
You pray for Cummins too?
For every Liberian.
So what was in particular about the president? I think I did go now. I know about it.
Oh, yes, as our PCK starts the program. In his vernacular, he's asking God to pray, or God to protect our leaders, rather. He's praying to God, protect our leaders. Protect every elected official in our country, appointed officials, every Liberian, and all the nooks and crannies of this country. Papa, protect them for us. The men coming, Nanga, the men coming. If I were to turn to Lama, Victor Tolko could speak to Lama better than I do. Even about the
I'll be praying.
it means that they are your children. Protect them for me. Papa, protect them for me. I love my country. I love my people. I love Liberia. Father, save us from the pandemic. Let me just acknowledge some of the guys who have joined us on this show. Agosi Musa has joined us. Joseph T. Weir has joined us. Mark Goa is joining us from Stretru, Grand Julian County. David Kalako Wisa has joined us. Madavin Matthias has joined us from USA. He's from Charlotte. I cannot read all the comments. I cannot acknowledge everyone here at one time. But let me welcome a Liberian woman, a politician. Victoria Tolu Kokwe is a Liberian female politician. She comes from the ANC of Alexander Cummins. She is the vice chair for political and international affairs of the ANC. And she's a senatorial aspirant for Montserrat County. She's aspiring for the highest seat, not the highest seat, but the highest seat in Montserrat, which is a senatorial seat. Victoria comes from the ANC, and I've been interacting with her so many times. And every time I see her, and Zana Cummins, I see her, and she writes some very good pieces of information for the ANC, and a very outspoken woman. And she wants to be like the Gerald Lindo Sheriff in the Senate. Gerald Lindo Sheriff was seen as a trailblazer on Capitol Hill. And I said to be corrected, since her demise, there are other senators on Capitol Hill, but I'm not seeing anybody emerging easily like Gerald Lindo Sheriff did. But again, another female is emerging. So we have invited her to talk about the ANC, talk about herself, where she comes from, talk about their chances come 2023. Already the CDC has two other parties, that's the MPP and that of LPDP. Cummins was in a collaboration with the Liberty Party, Unity Party, ALP, and all of those. But they fell apart. And Cummins is on one side, Joseph Newman Parker is on another side, assisted by a splinter group of the Liberty Party, and also supported by the ALP of Bernard Ewing. But where does Cummins lie? Does he have some political parties on his side as well? Who will start with Victoria? Victoria, welcome to the Bumper Show. It's a pleasure having you again.
Thank you, Jara, and really it's a pleasure of being here today. I look forward to a fruitful.
I think it's on. It's on, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I look forward to a fruitful discussion, helpful one. Yes, I come from the ANC. I am the Deputy Vice Chair for Political and International Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
At the ANC, I am a member of the National Advisory Council of the CPP, and I am a senatorial aspirant, comes 2023, and we look forward to every citizen of Montserrat. We look forward to their support. Montserrat deserve better, and we're going to talk about why we we are aspiring, and why we think we can make a good lawmaker, and why we think we can win. Thank you.
Did I hear you say a member of the advisory council of the CPP?
Yes, I
Is the
am.
CPP still alive?
Yes, the CPP.
What makes it alive?
The CPP is alive. We had a CPP. 4 political parties were in the CPP, and 2 left. So the other 2, what we decided, we amended the framework document, removing the other people, and we remain in a CPP with Liberty Party and the ANC.
So it's a divided CPP. Can we say that?
No, it is not. CPP is not divided.
You have 4 parties and two left, and 2 say in collaboration.
It is not a divided CPP, and this is how I want to put it.
Okay.
You cannot have a football team because somebody left and went to another team, and then you say the football team is divided. The football team was never divided. You just need to have somebody play the wing that person was playing.
And who do you have playing those wings?
So, and this is where I was coming. We have the Liberty Party and the ANC and the CPP. We have other political parties that are willing to join the CPP, to be part of the CPP. There are other political parties also who think Mr. Cummings is the best, is the alternative, and they are pledging support to the ANC. You have individuals who have followers who have pledged support to Mr. Cummings, and we look forward to more of them. You can see, for example, you have Louis Brown, who pledged his support to Mr. Cummings. You have McIntosh from the Louis Brown from the MPP angle. You have McIntosh from the LPDP, and then you have George Wisner from the Unity Party, a ranking member of the.
We'll come to all of those.
No,
the configuration of the CPP.
So
but who is Victor Talo Kokwe? Let me say welcome to Mr. Bien Zima. He is watching us from the office of the speaker. But who is Talo Kokwe? I want to hear you. I want to say.
So Victoria Talo Kokwe is a Liberian politician now, who has over 20 years of experience in working in the international organizations. And I have worked in Liberia, Guinea, and Senegal. I was born in Lokintown, in a slum area, where we used to swim to go to school, obviously, to leave from Lokintown to get to Broad Street or Buchanan Street. It was not easy. So yes, Victoria is a Liberian woman, and she's vying for the Senate, and we look forward to winning it.
You look forward to winning it?
Yes.
Now, when did you enter politics? So you say you have long years of being in the international community. The last time I checked, you were working with an international organization. Is that Plan Liberia or Plan International? Now, you stayed in those areas for a very long time. Why you venture into politics this time around, Victoria?
Jala, to be very frank, you too, you for all the time I've been knowing you, you've been a journalist, but I know you to be a politician as well. Not only a journalist.
I'm listening to journalism.
Yeah, I know you to be a politician as well. So let me tell you, everybody, every being is a politician. Even in the church, in the mosques, there are politics there. So you say, since when you got into politics? I've been into politics a long time. Like I have told everybody, the ANC is the first political party I have ever joined. I joined the ANC when the ANC was being formed, but then I could not play active role in the party because of the kind of work I was doing. I was the face of my organization. So I was almost more than the administrative manager or the HR manager because my face was out there. I was leading business development efforts for the organization, so you could not see my face out there. But
you are giving support on the ground.
Of course, this is our country. No one says that because I work for NGO, so I cannot have my opinion heard in any way I want to. Even you are supporting a political party. You have to vote for
everybody
somebody.
Has a side.
Yeah, everybody has a side. So yes, my side has always been the ANC. And then later on, I decided the reason why I threw my weight into the politics was because when Mr. Ellis Cummings came and he was running, and people started to say, the man, he's smart, he's the best person for this country, but he came late.
Even though he's a political discount.
Yeah, he's a JJC. So can you imagine that people will say because somebody has just come, so they will prefer voting for somebody who cannot manage the country. They will prefer voting for somebody who has no experience, even if you have the experience, because you just came. So I said that some of us will have to throw our weight in to support the process, because it is time that we change our country. Our country is not being well managed by President Weah. So this is the time we all need to rally around and see how we support Mr. Alexander B. Cummings for the presidency, for a better life.
Now, what does Cummings have to offer? You said that President Weah is mismanaging the country. Cummings has been around for so many years, working with Coca-Cola Bottling Company. He came to Liberia. What has been his mark? I will come to you specifically on the work you have done in Montserrat, because you are the focal person right now when it comes to this the discussion here. Now, what have been Cummings' own initiative in Montserrat or in Liberia as a whole? When you speak to people across the country, they tell you that Cummings comes from Maryland County, he doesn't have a structure, there's nothing he can boast of in his own county. So if you talk about mismanagement of the country under George Weah, what has Cummings done and what can he do tomorrow when he becomes president?
So if we are comparing what that President Weah has mismanaged the country and what Mr. Cummings brings on the table, this is how I will answer it, because usually people want to say, what has Mr. Cummings done, or what has this person done to merit an elected position? And people forget to know that once you are not a president, you are or you are not an elected official, you are a private citizen. Mr. Cummings is like Jala Greyfield, where his hand can only reach in his pocket.
But yet he's aspiring to be president.
I'm coming, Jala. Let me just answer your question.
Yes,
he's a private citizen like Jala. His hand can only reach in his pocket. His hand cannot reach in government's coffer to say, let's carry on development. He can only recommend also to government to say, if you did it this way, this is the result you will get. And people are not listening to that. So I'm just saying that what Mr. Cummings bring on the table, I will compare the two. Ambassador Weah, they have two similarity. Yeah, the two of them have a similarity. Let's look at where President Weah comes from. Even though I learned in recent time that President Weah lived on the old road before moving to Gibraltar. But let's keep it at President Weah came from Clarendon. Then we keep it as Mr. Cummings came from Point 4. So those are slum areas. The both of them came from them. There, the both of them rose. Everybody rose in their own way. President Weah rose through his leg, meaning playing football. President Weah rose through. Mr. Cummings rose through education, where he attended a demonstration school. He attended the CWA. He attended the Cottington. He got a scholarship. He went to the States. He got his first degree, came back to Liberia, worked for LBDR. While working for LBDR, he got another scholarship to go to the U.S. He went to the U.S., got his master's. He could not come back because of the Civil War. And he started to work. He started to grow in corporate America.
And so why in his corporate positions, what were his contributions to Liberia?
No, there were lots. Jala, if you remember. If you remember, Jala. In 2016, President Weah and President Salif honor Alexander Benedict Cummings, the highest honor of our country.
While preparing him for the presidency. She thought that he would have been a successor.
If Madame Salif thought he should be the successor, she would have helped him to be.
But after looking at his political pedigree, he could not reach to the standard which would
what you mean
support.
after
so
looking
Madame Salif
at
could not look at him, but look at the other side.
This is why Madame Salif look at President Weah. That's what you say?
If you say that apparently.
This is what you
but
say.
If Madame Salif put over there on a political pedigree and say Cummings could be someone who can succeed me,
let me just tell you this.
Did not see that he's fit,
Madame
Salif
would have never taught any other Liberian to say, Mr. Cummings is a JJC, so I cannot support him. Madame Salif would have never said that. Madam Salif will have looked for the best, someone who can take our country from the level she left it to another level, not to bring it down to even worse than where she met it before taking it.
I will come
Madam
to the bigger political picture from your side. I want to concentrate for 10 minutes on Vitro Talu Kukwe. Now, what have you seen in Monserrado that is encouraging you to join the senatorial race?
What am I saying?
What are you saying?
I think our country is not well represented by our senator, and I will give you.
There are two senators. Which one?
I'm talking about Sir Joseph.
Oh,
I'm talking
so
about
it's well represented by Darrell Dillon.
So what are we talking first?
No, I'm asking you what have you seen that you want?
Because you
now, if you say it is not represented by one senator, and there are two senators there who are a representation of the entire country.
I am going against a senator.
Yes, so
I am going against Sir Joseph.
So are you saying one of them is performing and the other one is not performing?
Sir Joseph. We are such.
Madam, the question I'm asking is, if it says it's not represented by Sir Joseph, I'm saying, but you have two senators, so does that mean the other senator is performing well in the other?
Chala, you have just asked me, what did I see to wanting to run for the Senate? I said I am seeing leadership deficit in Sir Joseph.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So
I'm not. It is not Darrell Dillon that I'm going to replace. It is Sir Joseph that we're talking about here. So let's talk about Sir Joseph.
So there's a leadership deficit in Sir Joseph. But
yes.
for the last 2 years that Dillon has been in the Senate, because he part of the CPP and you were part of the CPP.
Look,
what has he done that you think that
let's be real here. Let's be real here. There is far difference between Senator Dillon and Senator Sir Joseph.
In terms of legislation,
Senator Dillon has been pushing a lot of issues compared to Sir Joseph. Let's take for example, because usually people say, what have you done for Monserrado that you want to? People say Sir Joseph is a developmental person. Jala, let's be real here. People who say when you ask them what development you see in your community, they say nothing. But they want to say Sir Joseph is Ebola hero. Sir Joseph has built schools. Sir Joseph has built hospitals. But let's be friend, man. Those hospitals and schools Sir Joseph is building, is it for Monserrado? The answer is no. It is not for Monserrado.
Who is it for?
Those hospitals and schools he's building is for him. And let me come to the
Have you ever checked as to whether those hospitals and schools are in his personal name?
What I want to tell you, Jala, you are a journalist.
And you are a politician.
You are a journalist.
And
I am a politician. If you
and sometimes politicians come with the truth.
The question you asking me, you should be doing that investigation.
No, you are bringing it on the political platform now.
No, so what
if
I'm
you
saying,
say that you might have done your research very
so I am saying this I'm saying people say he has schools, people say he has hospital, and I don't want even to say people say the schools. He has been on radio to tell people that he has schools.
And those schools are in his name.
Those schools are for him. Whether he put it in his child's name, whether he put it in whose name, but those schools are not for Monserrado.
How will you do things differently from Sir Joseph?
Fine. This is where I'm coming. I would take example of the Ebola crisis where Sir Joseph was running all around the place. They say Ebola hero with ambulance. Sir Joseph worked with Enfield. He worked with the Ministry of Health during the Ebola crisis. Sir Joseph saw all of the lapses in those institutions. But after the Ebola, what did Sir Joseph do? Did he offer policies to improve the health sector? The answer is no. Did he offer policies to improve even the sanitation, the washing sanitation? The answer is no. Did he offer policies in terms of health in schools? The answer is no. But he worked closely with the Ministry of Health. And he know that the Ministry of Health has challenges. What has it? So the difference now here is if I am Sir Joseph, if I am there, I'm going to look at the act that created the Ministry of Health to see where there are lapses. If it costs us to amend the act, we amend the act. Or if the act is good enough to serve the Liberian people, What we need to do now is to advocate for proper allocation of budget to the Ministry of Health so that they can do their work. That's the role of the lawmaker. But you cannot be here. You just pass it around. You go to America. You bring OOTs, and then you say
what are the OOTs?
You bring OO bosses. Look at what Sir Joseph is doing to the country.
Those
right
bosses
now,
are all bosses.
Right now, what he's doing. If they were new, the people would not send it to Africa, man. Don't talk that thing. Now OO bosses. Look, let me see.
So he brought some containers of medicine that been sent to hospitals around the country.
Fine. You see, you're making a job easier for me. You're making a discussion very simple for me.
Yeah, but you talk about all things. So are those medical supplies you bring now being sent to hospitals? Are they also old things?
So I say you're making the discussion very easy for me.
So
Sir
Joseph
has brought medicine and distributed it to the hospitals, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are finished. No more medicine there. No more gloves there. So what is Sir Joseph's role? Sir Joseph's role is to make good policy, good laws, so that this supply can be sustainable. Not
by whom? By the government or by himself?
By the government, not himself. He was not elected.
So
he was never elected to go and bring gloves from America and can't distribute to places.
So are you not aware that some of your CPP senators have been going to the States and lobbying for similar support? During the but during this COVID-19, you were here when Nyobli Kanga and Darrell Dillon went to the States, and they said they were advocating for relief items to be brought to the country. They said they were bringing shipment here, and we not heard about those shipment. They took pictures in America and said we are bringing these things, but not that they will heard that those supplies were given to hospitals.
So this is what we are saying here.
They came where were they came?
And this is I don't.
You said they came.
No, I didn't. I said they never came. That's what I said.
Okay, they never came.
What I'm saying here.
What was the cause?
What I'm saying here. This is not only to Sir Joseph, but Sir Joseph is boasting of this. This is the work he has done that people should depend on to elect him. This is why we are emphasizing. My point here, I'm not saying people should not be humanitarians, right? You can be. You can go out. Like the experience I got. If I'm elected senator and with that influence added up as a senator, if I can go out there and bring things from our country, there should be no problem. But my point here is, what if the things I'm bringing in are finished? How will the people, if you go right now to Redemption Hospital, they will prescribe, they will not even give you one paracetamol. But these medications should be sustainable. They should be sustained. They should always be at the hospitals. This is what we are saying. Not tomorrow. I remember one time when the health workers were protesting. They were saying that they don't have gloves. So the gloves are just brought and finished.
So is it just unique on this administration?
What I'm saying.
No, it's just unique to the administration. I'm asking because it is not the first time seeing health workers come in the street and say they're demonstrating. Are you aware that health workers under the Gwaningal administration laid in their tools and said we're going to do anything and were dismissed by the government at the time?
The CDC-led government advocated and told the Liberian people, say, Mokena Ewa la Babu Ewa. Now they are there. We expect more than.
But then you need to sit on the Oma to plant a new one.
No, but they are already sitting. And you said they need to sit there. So we gave them the opportunity to sit on the Oma. They are not sitting on the Oma. We go 5 years.
So now, I asked the question
we go 5 years.
So I asked you earlier, and I want to restate the question.
Go ahead.
How will you do it differently from Sir Joseph?
I just said, when I'm elected, I say when. I'm not saying if, because I know who will be elected. Okay. Because
I love the confidence.
The government has already made a job easy. Sir Joseph is making a job easy. The last time I was on Spoon when I said Sir Joseph told the Liberian people that this government has failed. He called on the show to debunk, but I got a recording here. I can send it to you so that
he really said that.
If you can play the record. I will send it to you. Okay. So, but I know you're not playing on EFBC.
No, but it's not a platform for that though. We call it for another thing. Is that the place Sir Joseph?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, but you're not playing. But other radio stations are playing it.
If it was played on Spoon,
no, I'm not saying it was on Spoon. I said I appear on Spoon.
But he called.
He called and said He didn't. So I found the recording. I get it now.
Okay.
So anytime now he say he didn't, I will just send it to the people. I say, y'all play it.
Oh, yeah, play
yeah.
it.
So he will not say again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
this
you
is
can't
what.
hold me responsible for not playing it because it's not a forum for which to play.
No, I'm not saying you should play it now.
Okay.
But your opening station, you were playing different jingles. Why you can't play this
Jingle, I
other
didn't
jingle?
play jingle.
Look at. So that this
No.
is okay. So this is what.
I didn't play jingles.
This is
I opened my phone line.
So
Now
what
my
we
phone-
will
I
do-
opened my microphone and I asked for God's protection.
Okay.
And I played some music to introduce you.
Okay.
So that's
so what I would
right
do
there.
different.
So we
what I
agree
would
now that
do-
I didn't play voices.
That did that thing.
No.
But you are advertising Men's Day here. Then you say you.
No, it was before my show.
Yeah, but you are, man, you're advertising Men's Day here. That jingle. So
It was before
what
the
would
show
bring it?
started.
What would bring it different?
Yeah.
We're going to adequately represent our people. One major thing I want to tell you, we will adequately represent our people through our national budget.
Okay.
You understand? Jara, it is unfortunate. Take that national budget and look at it. You see that the Ministry of Health is on a grant. So meaning, if the people don't approve money to go to the Ministry of Health, you always have these problems. You see that a lot of monies are on office supplies, salaries, and other things, forgetting about the real issue, like the Ministry of Education. They are on a grant. So we're going to adequately represent our people through the national budget to ensure that budget allocation is what term is necessary before it is accepted in a budget. We're not just going to put it there. Let's take, for example, the 30K.
So meaning you'll be part of every deliberation on the floor of the Senate
But that is
before
why,
you accept.
that is
put your
why,
signature at
that
the end
is
of
why,
it.
that is why the people elected me for.
Now,
To
so-
represent them adequately.
Okay.
And once we advocate for the budget to be in line with the improvement of the lives of the people, we will follow up to ensure that that budget, if we put budget there to hold the pipe from LBS to the lower part of LBS Community B, we will ensure that it happens.
Okay. So
If it doesn't happen, we will call you to come tell
So
us
the
why
question
it didn't happen.
is, you made mention of the 30K. I know you want to elaborate on that later. But some of the laws are passed. Some of your lawmakers in the opposition are the ones driving those laws. Take for
What
example,
law?
the,
You gotta name-
appropriation
you gotta name one.
appropriation in the budget. You talk about 30K, right? Constituency engagement. Some of your lawmakers, almost every one of them in the opposition signed for those 30Ks. And then other in a ruling position also sign for it. They all sign and they say it is good for them. Now it comes to vehicle purchase of 45,000. All your lawmakers also sign for it, and they're going to buy a car for themselves. So I'm just asking. So why can your lawmakers denounce that and stand against it to be seen as the holy popes in the Senate? Then they concur with the police. So
Where you carry that discussion?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm here to tell you who Victoria is.
No, but
Then
again,
you say
if
why?
I'm asking the
Why
question,
the other lawmakers?
no, I'm saying to you,
Jenna,
some of the things that are happening now, you should also hold your lawmakers in the Senate responsible for that.
We condemn it, right?
Condemnation.
We condemn it. We condemn it. The ANC, in fact, the ANC was the only political party, the ANC political leader was the only political party, regardless of our lawmakers being part. Mr. Cummings wrote and condemned it and called it political corruption. So what else you want?
Why didn't you ask to return the money?
But what I am telling you, when I am there, I am going to advocate, lobby, so that the 3,090,000, the 30K times 103, 3,090,000 will be sent either to the Ministry of Health or to the Ministry of Education.
Good.
That should be something we should be looking at.
Sometimes
So
these things are said, but when you get there, you are easily corrupted, like Darrell John is, because he stood against these things, but he's not in the Senate.
Jala, I'm talking. This is Victoria.
Victoria, I know. Darrell
you
John says some of these matters were different. Now he gone to the Senate. It is totally different.
You
So
want to drag
how
Darrell
is it
John
that-
in our discussion,
No, I'm asking.
and you will not trust me to that.
So
I
You
am
out
here
there, one
to
person.
talk. I am here to talk about
Will you
who
not be
Victoria-
easily lured into this corruption? Public corruption.
I am not a corrupt person.
Will you not be lured
You know,
into it? Victoria?
you know what, Jara? They say liar can say my witness file, all right? And then Plain International is here. I work with Plain International Liberia. In fact, almost
That
all
is
of
an
the
international acclaimed institution. It's not a political institution.
So
And
the government is not credible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that.
We make the government not credible. The human beings.
Yeah, so now if you go there now, if you see this thing happening there,
Uh-huh.
and you have 15 law or 10 lawmakers,
Uh-huh.
you just want to most them.
Yeah, I said we will advocate, we will lobby with our people.
Uh-huh.
We will. Let me tell you, before you advocate for something to be done, you have to be in a position to convince your colleague to tell them why this money is not necessary here, it is necessary here. You have to have that capacity, and those are the capacity we bring on the table.
How are you reaching out to the women of Montserrat County?
The women are in full gear.
Okay.
The women are in full gear. The women are hungry for leadership. And they are not only hungry for leadership.
Are they saying to you that the men have failed them?
I am saying the women are hungry for leadership.
Are they saying to you that the men have failed them?
They are not only hungry for leadership, they are hungry for a competent, qualified woman to occupy this seat. So these women believe in me, and they are going to rally around me for us to win these elections.
Okay. Victoria Tolukoko is my guest. I'll add 15 more minutes to our time. The conversation is getting interesting, and I love a conversation. And I will add 15 more minutes to our time. We have almost 20 more minutes. Another 15 minutes added, that'll make it 45 minutes. But Victoria, let's go to your political arrangement. You talked about the CPP earlier. You got disintegrated, if that's a better word to use. Two parties went the other way, two parties went the other way. And now you're telling me that the CPP is reconsolidating. You have done some work on the framework document. What have you done now to legitimize your point or your position as an opposition lawmaker coming together to form the CPP?
I didn't understand the question.
What is it that what have you done differently? Because the first CPP document, it got squandered, because other people left, and now you are level 2 parties. A splinter Liberty Party will join you. What have you done to the CPP document now to make it original to have you?
Okay, so to make it what? Original?
Yeah,
it has
okay,
always been
original CPP.
original. It is original. It is the
But
original
one
CPP.
got broken.
No, the original CPP is still there. Maybe other people want.
So it's
Yeah.
a Kumi's own,
Other
it's
say, yeah.
a real one.
No, it is not Kumi's own. It is the ANC and the Liberty Party that left in the CPP.
But you know you have a Nyombe Kanga Lawrence on the side,
I am
Joseph
saying-
Bogai,
I am
and you
saying-
have the
I'm saying-
Benedict side on your side. So can we say that
Jala,
the Liberty
Jala,
Party is
Thank you. I like the discussion. Jala, in politics or in political parties, there are heads of political parties. And we have the National Election Commission that recognizes political parties. There is no 2 Liberty Party in the country. There is only one Liberty Party. And I want to tell you that I am not a member of the Liberty Party. I'm not going to go into it. I don't even know about it. I'm not going to go into the detail of Liberty Party. What I know is that the one and only Liberty Party is in the CPP with the ANC, and we're looking forward. Our arms are open to other political parties to join. We're looking forward to other individuals like movement. You got independent candidates who have their movement. We're looking forward to them. And these are some of the things that were amended in the framework document. Because before then,
Maybe you'll be open to other parties joining you, individuals joining you.
we are open.
Okay.
Now even we are open. So the framework document right now, like before, what we had there, only the 4 political parties, they were open to only political parties. But now we have even individuals can apply to be member of the CPP.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that that individual will just be walking with their hands swinging to be part. You have to come with your movement. If you are an independent candidate, you have to come with your entire movement to the party. So we have all of these spaces for other people to join the CPP. So, but the CPP, we have 2 parties. You know, the parties are there, but we have other people joining. Other people coming to help Mr. Cummings. So I still don't understand where your question.
So the question I'm asking is, in all of these political manipulations or whatsoever, you will always have this something happening. The Liberty Party chairman is on your side. Now you talk about now recognizing him as a legitimate chairman, but obviously the number is still there that the lady called Nyobi Kanga still comments majority of the Liberty Party people on her side that are now turned themselves over to Joseph Walker for 2023.
That's fine. I told you that.
Doesn't that hamper your political quest?
I'm saying our arms are open. I'm saying also that I am not from the Liberty Party. I'm not going to go in depth of Liberty Party issue. I am a member of the ANC, and the ANC is in a collaboration with the Liberty Party. In recent time, we have few people who left the ANC. They resigned from the ANC. Does that mean that ANC doesn't exist?
All right, so let me welcome some of the guys who join us. Kalifala, Maz, Kello, Kamara, following us. Mustafa Sherry has joined us. Steve Philip Quay has joined us from Maryland County. Stephen Zone has joined us from his comfort zone in Zulu Whiskey. Peter P. Tours Jr. has joined us. And I hope you could just find the rest of the comments. Let me read them for the public. But you started by making some, in your introductory comments, you talk about people joining the CPP, which you hear now as the ANC. You talk about Louis Brown, you talk about Mr. Wisner, you talk about former foreign minister, Toka Gabriel McIntosh. Now, the other time, there was a situation where Louis Brown came to the country, and then he made some comments about the government not performing. And now, he joined your party. Many people see him as a spoiler, a political spoiler, a corrupt man who was dismissed by Charles Taylor as foreign minister of the country. He went to the state, he came back appointed by the president, and he was recalled by George Weah, and he started making some comments about the government, all because he doesn't have a job. And now in your party, you have recycled politicians. How does Kwame do this thing differently again? If you had to recycle politicians, I saw him in Canada, for example. Now, after Vi Tupa, he said he distanced himself from Alpha Tupa because he has abused women in the country. After making deliberate comments.
Who says so?
After, as Mr. Cummings in his letter, he threw the man foul for him because he made some comments that were denigrating to you women. He had distanced himself from him, but I saw the man with him in Canada doing some Buka dance the other day. I would think, I said, is this a Cummings who said this man is not part of the game? So I'm just thinking, how does he do things differently? The same thing he criticizes is the same thing he does here.
So I was listening, you journalists, so that I can, when you can twist the thing. So Ava Topa wrote a book talking about the president, he or Somali and the president discussion about the president private life, about the first lady. How the first lady,
that was an open secret. We discussed
first
and
lady is
condemn
good in bed. But the Liberian women are not good in bed, so this is why he loves his wife. And if that was a maid, if that was said about a maid that I like, a woman said this about a maid that I like my husband because he's good.
But I don't want to go to the nitty-gritty of that. I'm just asking a political question. No, the fact is, he comes wrote and said he wrote a letter and relieving this man of his position.
No.
Meaning that...
No, Jala, that's false information.
What's the information? Can you
the information is Ava resigned as COS to Mr. Cummings.
He resigned, right?
Yeah, Ava resigned, but he didn't resign.
So, but why is it doing with Cummings in Canada? He resigns because there's a Cummings that the question I'm asking.
Listen. You rightly said it that you are asking a political question. So Ava was asked by Mr. Cummings that you cannot be my COS, and writing this kind of book, even though I
denigrating to Liberian women.
What do you mean denigrating to Liberian women?
So
on the contrary,
what's the contrary?
On the contrary, President Weah denigrated Liberian women to his wife.
So
that's the
was
contrary.
if President Weah would that
President Weah didn't write it, but President Weah has not come up.
I listened to the
President Weah. No, Jala.
And you women were also condemning him for that.
Jala.
Now, if you did that,
I said it on several radio stations. I went on several radio stations. I said instead of people, because that day I saw that the gender minister had come out with a press statement. I said all of the rape that are happening in the country, I have not heard Pisota coming up with press release. All of the killings that are happening, all of the missing that are happening, Pisota didn't come up. But this book that says President Weah
President Weah
And so it
said,
was somebody quoting, right?
Yeah,
So
President
how do you
Weah
take
said-
that as a face value that President Weah said those?
because the president,
because you trust
because the president has not come out to condemn it.
So is it everything the president comes to condemn?
No,
and
but
talk
this
about?
is something. If you talk about denigrating women, he should have come out to
And
say,
so
"I have
what did
never
he say?
said
Why
this."
did he say as a senatorial aspirant for Monserrado?
Yes.
And what did he say in that direction?
I said, it was denigrating to Liberian women, not the first lady, because that book was, on the contrary,
So in
praising-
other words,
I come in.
you are
I said-
discriminatory in
I
your
said-
comment.
no,
because
no.
If you say Liberian women, then you're saying that the first lady is not a Liberian woman.
No, I'm saying the first lady was praised because the book is clear that but the reality is here, man. The first lady is a Liberian woman.
Yeah, so what I'm
Let's
saying,
also
so
talk to the
if
president
she's not a
like
Liberian
that
woman,
woman.
so you denigrate
No,
against,
and then
you're
the
discriminating
book
against her because
said,
she's not a Liberian woman.
the book said he loves his wife. He loves his wife
yeah,
because she's
the book
cooking
said-
dead.
the book
So
said
let
that.
somebody
But I'm
tell me,
asking
say,
now,
let
the way you
somebody
sounded,
say,
Madam
no,
Victor
listen,
Kukwe,
you
the
people
way you
want not to
sounded, you
politicize
sounded
this
more
thing.
like a woman who is discriminatory in
No,
advocacy of
no,
women because
no,
the family
listen,
is not
Jala.
Liberian.
No, Jala. You were not
But-
carrying me that
but
route.
what you say, you
I'm
said-
saying,
but who
I'm
doesn't know
saying,
the family is not
I
Liberian
said,
woman?
listen, I said, I am repeating that, on the contrary, President Weah praised his wife. It's like Victoria. No. Let me make the example. No, let me.
Ava Tupa has said
I
that.
am your guest.
And
So if you ask me and you can't give me a chance to
the
answer,
thing
then
is-
I don't know how we go carry
No,
on
but
this
we
discussion.
get to understand each
No,
other.
no,
because
no,
I asked
no,
a
Jala.
question,
You
and you are
asked
leaving
me,
the
I
question
have-
and going to the
Jala,
things that we didn't
you
ask
said,
earlier.
Alpha book said,
I'm asking you.
President Weah said,
No, I didn't go to his book. I said he wrote a book that was denigrating Liberian women, and he left Kumi's company, and Kumi didn't want to do anything with him. But Kumi's are going to Canada. I see Alpha behind Kumi's, they are all dancing, Buka dance in Canada.
So this
How
is-
does Kumi do this thing differently
So
when he
this
has
is-
criticized other people for doing what you think they are doing?
what, the Buga dance?
Oh yeah, have you not criticized Joshua dancing, Buka dancing?
But George Weah is the manager of the country. The country is going the way
So
it's going,
he's
and,
a-
and the
so
president,
he also want to be
is
a manager,
there.
right?
This is a mockery.
So
This
why
is-
would
if
you criticize the president for that? He goes there to dance with thing.
Chala, you didn't call me here for us to argue. You call me here to
I'm asking
interview
question.
me.
I'm asking question.
Yeah, so you call me to interview me. You understand? So if the president
I'm
who's
asking
supposed to
question.
be making sure that the Liberian people get rights, the Liberian people ain't get rights, then he dancing Buga dance. This is a
That's a long story talking
no,
about.
but this is a mockery to President Weah.
Let's go to Louis Brown. Now you have the statue of Louis Brown around you.
Yeah, so what happened
A
to Louis
man
Brown?
dismissed by President Tiller as one of the most corrupt person in his government, former foreign minister, and now he suffers in your terrain as one of the political harbingers, singing the son of Cummins at this point, and now you are celebrating him as one of the cleanest person in this world. Where did it come from?
So I want to understand. Do you have evidence that Louis Brown is corrupt?
Are you a stranger to that?
No, I'm asking
Did you not hear that?
No, I have not. I have not heard.
Were you not in this country when Charles dismissed Louis Brown?
I was not here.
Did you not hear it?
I said no. I don't know.
If you don't know,
The only thing I know about Louis Brown, I know that he ran and he got so many votes. He got over 129,000 votes. That's why I know.
In Monserrado.
In Monserrado. That's why I know about Louis Brown.
That all you know about him.
That's why I started knowing Louis Brown. That's why I
One
know
may
about
say you are
Louis
very
Brown.
disingenuous in the conversation.
No. Not. I came back to this country in 2011.
So while you were away, you were not reading the papers.
I was not, my man. They had internet that were all over at that time. And just recently we start talking about Facebook, we start talking about internet, all that thing. We have our Tele 310.
And so
Schools.
I'm asking, now you have all the recycled politicians. What do you manage with them?
Who are the recycle politicians? I just want you to name the recycle
They gave
politicians.
you McIntyre.
But the men were just with the CDC can with LPDP. Who helped President Weah to win the elections in
a member of the
2017?
CDC government?
I'm saying he just helped.
Was he a member of the government?
Will he be a member of the Kumis government?
But he has been named as one of the members of the Kumis campaign.
So
the list is released.
So my point is, so what position McIntosh
And that's what
occupied in the CDC?
that's what I'm going to
No,
ask you now.
Jala.
That list that you
Jala.
go release the other time, what that list for?
Jala.
That list.
Jala.
That long list.
Jala,
Victoria.
until you coming to interview me, man.
No,
You
Victoria.
coming to make plan. You
No,
coming to
the
interview
long
me.
list they released that time.
You know what? There's discussion we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have it like private because you're not interviewing me.
I'm interviewing you,
No,
but you.
no, you are not.
You want to
Jala.
make interview rowdy.
No,
so
Jala, you are not.
You can't take
just
my
yesterday.
You want to take
No,
my
no, no,
microphone from me and run
Jara,
with it.
Jara. Just yesterday, McIntosh was with the CDC. He was not corrupt. He was not this. He was not that. Just yesterday, Louis Brown supported the CDC. He was not corrupt. He was not anything. But today, he pledged.
Louis Brown supported the CDC.
What are you talking here?
In what era?
Louis Brown voted for CDC.
When? Where?
2017. You say
Is
when?
the
Where?
record, is the record clear on that?
What do you mean? I'm saying
Is
the
the record
fact.
clear on
I'm
that,
saying
Madam
fact.
Fufeng?
This is fact. I'm saying.
What is the fact? Is the record clear? Can you please cite an example?
I'm
of
saying.
his support
Okay,
of
let's
the
forget
CDC?
about Louis Brown. Let's talk about
No,
McIntosh.
let's end on Louis.
No, let's talk about
People
McIntosh.
there will lose
Just
on
day
McIntosh.
before yesterday,
Okay, yes.
he was with CDC. He
Yes.
was not corrupt. He was not nothing. But now that he pledged his support to Cummings, that time he corrupt, he
Now,
did that.
so let's come back to Louis Brown a bit. Where did he support the CDC?
I'm saying he voted for CDC.
Where?
Where they vote? In Abira.
If they said McIntosh gives support to George Weah, I know that for the LPDP standpoint he gives support. But is there
And
any
he was
evidence?
he was what?
Is
He
there
was
any
the
evidence?
governing council chairman, right?
Is there any evidence? Of course, I
Yeah,
know
but
for
then
fact.
he was not corrupt that time, right?
I'm saying.
No, he was not corrupt. No, let's talk about
listen.
McIntosh. McIntosh
Well,
was not
I
corrupt.
said recycle politicians.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't- I
at
didn't
that
say
time he was
something
not
there.
recycled, right?
Now.
No,
my-
at that time,
my-
Gateway McIntosh was not recycled.
My
But now
friend.
that he's
Can you
pledged
tell
his
me? Can you
support
tell me
to.
where the Louis Brown support the?
Let's forget about Louis Brown. The same way you want to forget about McIntosh.
I'm not
Let's
saying-
forget
I'm
about.
answering the question.
Yeah,
I said
no.
he was the chair of the government.
Yeah, but the question I'm asking you too is that about that time he was not recycled politician. But by the time he pledged his support of Cummings, then he's recycled politician. Cummings is the next president of this country. Y'all go all y'all calm down.
Next president.
The next president of this country.
What convinces you so much?
Mama, the thing clear. President, we are made everything easy for us. President, we are know how to play football. President, we are look the whole while. President, we are playing football. President, we are had never check the record. Had never taken a position of captain because to become a captain of a team, you have to have that leadership ability.
You know football,
So,
right? You know football well.
I mean, President, we are had never
you know
been
football well,
captain.
right? So if you did
I
not win
play
as a
football.
captain, but you have 22 political parties and 22 candidates in this country, and Georgia emerged as president.
Yeah, but
And you said they are the best in this country.
they are what?
You said they were the best. You had a Boyka on board.
No, but I want
you
to
had
tell
other
you-
people. So
so-
if he did not win a captain, Ben, but won the presidency, and
So,
won, no,
so he won the presidency
No, so
to
this-
change,
No, but
to
this-
change,
Uh-huh.
to change because he graded President Salif 80%. So he just needed 20% to reach to 100% and maybe above. But now he has brought the country back to 20%.
Now you said President, we are playing football. He didn't get a captain band,
No,
but he won a Ballon d'Or.
and so
Africa best,
And
world
so-
best, European best.
but I
and
said
other
it,
best.
but I
So
said it.
how then will you say if there's a contradiction, maybe?
so your question, you say how did you say it?
Now, if you say
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
didn't
no,
win a
you
captain
said-
band,
no, yeah.
but won all of these accolades
Yeah,
from
yeah.
around the
So
world,
you say how?
then
you
how
have-
can we compromise that?
So I said it in the beginning, right? I said I was comparing two Liberian sons. I compared George Weah. I talk about how he played football. He used his leg to become who he was.
And to put the country on the map of development. And,
What
and
development now?
advancement.
What a
In the
development?
football world.
Eh?
In the football world.
Okay, fine. So what's about Cummings? Who came from the same 0.4? The same slum
Why
community?
you want to put Cummings
Who
in the
rose-
slum?
Who rose?
What is
Cummings
the
came
history
from
of Cummings being a slum here?
Cummings, you see, Jala, you gotta be careful. This is
Why
a
are you
man.
putting
This
Cummings
is
in the
a man.
slum?
This is a man who was born in Morovia here at the old government hospital.
So you putting him in the slum,
lived-
right?
Mr. Cummings lived on Camp Johnson Road. Mr. Cummings lived in Point 4. Mr. Cummings lived in Fiamma. His parents were like, and other person who when they say more and you don't have money to pay your rent and then you move to another place. That was the kind of boy Mr. Cummings was when his mother was selling Dogafle. That's what they get that's what they get in the profile say Mr. Cummings' mother was a businesswoman. The mom was selling Dogafle. And when he used to come from school, instead of going to play football with friends, say, hey, ma, we tell you, say, can't say now here. That's how he started developing a business.
The tough
Man.
talking,
So I'm just telling you that Mr. Cummings
we are
grew
in the eye
up.
with the people
Yeah.
now. The 15 minutes allotted, I was not taking for the caller, so that their time can be extended for 15 minutes again. And so let me announce the number. The woman want to take that. So she wants to take my microphone from me and run away.
No, but you making it look like we lecturing. I keep for interview, then you can't lecture with me.
Wants to take
My
my
man,
microphone.
lecture you, will I take it outside? You supposed to interview me, not lecture
I'll
with me.
interview you, and I let the previous delay for the previous for the start of the conversation. It became rowdy because you try to be so controversial and want to be economical with the truth at some point.
Look at economical with the truth. On the contrary, you be economical.
It is 0514-096 0776680373 are the two numbers. I will call the number for the WhatsApp people in the States and other places. 0770560560. That number is only for WhatsApp callers. And 080514096 is for the local callers as well. And 0776680373. Hello? Yes, welcome. How are you? Okay, let's hear you. Mm-hmm. All right, let me to the next caller. Hello, welcome. You live. Let's hear you. I'm okay. Dollar time, Maggie B. County. Let's say it quickly. No time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so very kindly. The next caller, let me hear this caller. Hello, welcome you live. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, John. This is Mark Doko.
Mike Doko, welcome. How are you? You have 10 seconds, no time.
Thank you, Jara. And I call from the office of the Intellectual Alliance of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jara, it sounds so sad and comical for a female to speak the way your studio girl is speaking.
What did you say? That makes it comical.
Be a champion for advancing more advocacy for a foreign female. But instead, she's denigrating and discriminating. What do you mean by the president's wife is not a Liberian? So that is
That Jara said I want. But not me. That Jara said the president wept up. Yeah.
You want to bring women in the face of the Liberian people and market you. You do not know how to market yourself who in studio?
Okay, Mike, thank you for your 10 seconds are over. Let me take the next caller. Hello, welcome.
Jala Griffin.
Yes, sir.
Jala, good
Hello?
Jala, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is that Abel Plaki?
Thank you for
10 seconds, Abel. No time. We have no time. Go ahead.
The other people were talking town or there.
I just say 10 seconds all the time.